just so you know. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to stand as witnesses to these vows which are about to be made? And Gary and Gillian, can I ask you to hold hands and repeat these words after me as you make your promise to each other. Looking deep into her eyes, Gary, please. In the presence of God.
In the presence of God.
And before our families and friends.
And before our families and friends.
I, Gary.
I, Gary.
Give myself to you, Gillian.
Give myself to you, Gillian.
To be your husband.
To be your husband.
And take you now.
To take you now.
To be my wife.
Be my wife.
I promise to love you.
Promise to love you.
And be faithful and loyal to you.
To be faithful and loyal to you.
For as long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
Well done, that man. And now, Gillian, would you repeat these words after me and make your promise to Gary? In the presence of God.
In the presence of God.
And before our families and friends.
And before our families and friends.
I, Gillian.
I, Gillian.
Give myself to you, Gary.
Give myself to you, Gary.
To be your wife.
To be your wife.
And take you now.
To take you now.
To be my husband. I promise to love you.
I promise to love you.
And be faithful and loyal to you.
Be faithful and loyal to you.
For as long as we both shall live.
For as long as we both shall live.
Now we need the rings, young man.
I think I have them.
You think you have them? I hate to tell you, but if the best man doesn't produce the rings, I then search the best man for piercings. It's funny, he's produced the rings rather quickly. As a token of the covenant into which you've entered, these rings are given and received. May they be a sign of the unending love you've pledged to each other today. Now, Gary, would you place Gillian's ring on the third finger of her left hand with these words?
Gillian, I give you this ring in God's name as a token of my love, and a symbol is all that we are and we promised, and that all that we share.
And Gillian, would you place Gary's ring in the third finger of his left hand with these words?
Gary, I give you this ring in God's name as a token of my love and as a symbol of all that we have promised and all that we wish.
By this sign you take each other to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish for as long as you both shall live. And now watch for that bolt of lightning coming down through the ceiling that we talked about the other day. Since Gary Gillan and Gillian Elizabeth Graham have declared in the presence of God and before you, their friends and their families, that they will live together in Christian marriage, since they've made their promises to one another and symbolised their marriage by the joining of hands, the giving and receiving of a ring, I therefore pronounce them to be husband and wife. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, those whom God has joined together, let no one separate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just please take your seats for a moment, because obviously for them to update their Facebook status, we need the traditional selfie.